Yes. Indeed. Here we are again. Can you smell that? It's the smell of a new show. Get ready for the cool intro. It's gonna come from my hand this time. Well, welcome back, Colin.
Welcome back, Miles.
It's been a while. You come here often?
Yes, I live here.
Oh. Like right here on the table?
No.
I hope not. Maybe it's large enough for you to sleep on, but I don't think you'd have enough room for yoga. So, let's tell everyone what's new on us.
Well, we went to the Maroon 5 concert.
Oh, the 5 Maroons. Very cool, very cool.
But there are more than 5.
Yeah, right? Maroon 5. Where did that name even come from?
It wasn't like their high school color or college color. I don't know. They started out as Kara's Flowers or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Wow. I remember that. So, if you'll notice, Colin's pink hair matches her pink eyeshadow. I couldn't think of what the other part was called, but nonetheless. So we went to the Maroon 5 concert, and we got, I'd say, pretty decent seats. Actual
really
seats.
Good. Yeah.
So we didn't have to stand the entire time.
Yes.
We got really, I don't know, blasted with sound.
And there was a mini stage on each side of the stage. So, Adam performed in front of our side.
A few times.
Yeah.
It was really neat. And then there was this large V ramp that he went down. And one of the times, because there was a microphone stand at the end, is he picked up the microphone stand and he was, dancing around with it whenever he was singing. And I guess, that one was supposed to stay down there later on. And so he had to run back down the ramp to put it back because he's like, oh crap, now I have 2 microphone stands.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. But anyways.
It was really good. It was nice to see Adam in real life instead of on the TV, on The Voice.
Indeed. I don't know, it's funny because he had a beard when we were there, and so we can correlate it to exactly when The Voice, when it was.
Yeah, I guess, unless he just had a beard multiple times. Who knows?
Oh, and there was a Back to the Future intro, which was, I don't know, pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
Oh. What was your favorite song?
I don't know. I didn't really have one.
What was it? Not Sunday, was it Sunday Morning or This Love that they did slow? Like a cappella.
That was She Will Be Loved.
Oh yeah, She Will Be Loved. Great way to take the classics and the fun out of them. Thanks, Adam.
Hey, other people do that, and we liked it. Other people rearranged their songs, and we liked it.
Yeah, I guess so. But that was the Maroon 5 concert, and it was located in Boston.
Oh, it wasn't. It was located in Hartford.
Just kidding. Haha, I was testing your memory. But it was in Hartford. It was Excel Center, right?
There were so many people there.
Yeah.
It was so full.
It's a lot of people.
I couldn't imagine that. I don't know. That would just be so cool to have that many fans come and see you perform.
Or watch our videos. Subscribe. We're lonely. But so then we came back the same night, and then what?
Then, later on in the month, because this was last month.
It's November 3rd, 4th. One of them.
So we went to Vermont and New Hampshire for our 5-year anniversary.
High five for 5-year anniversary.
Yay, 5.
Really? That's all. I went all out and said high five, and you just, yay, 5.
It's my favorite number.
5.
It's my favorite number.
Yeah, it is her favorite number. And so it was really, really neat. First, whenever we got there, we very shortly visited the Vermont state capitol on our own, like walking around.
Oh yeah, so like our goal was to go to Montpelier and Concord, not just like random places.
Concord, according to that guy at the state capitol.
Because it's pronounced Aaron?
Son of a bitch! You done messed up, Aaron!
But nobody has corrected me here, so...
Honestly,
I
I think it's
Concord.
just I think it is Concord. I think the people of Concord just we have to be all proper so we can make a name for ourselves, and so that way people remember us in Concord.
Oh well. Okay, so yes, we got there later than we wanted to on Thursday.
That's all right.
And it was snowing in Vermont, and it was in the low 30s. And then we went to the Capitol building, which was right down the street from where we parked, which is very nice.
Which was also the same part of downtown that we went to previously when we visited the Ben & Jerry's
Yes.
factory.
And they like close at 4:15, so we got there too late to have a tour. So we decided to go back the next day.
We did, but we walked around after we left, and I mean, it was nice to walk around. Colin had said she prepared herself by going outside where she works. They take walks, and she went outside when it was cold to take walks, and so that was her preparing herself.
Yeah, training for walking out in the cold.
Training.
Yeah, and I had also like read a few like articles and blog posts before this trip to find out cool things to do. And one of the blog posts, I guess they just wrote all about the downtown area we were in, because I was like, oh, I read about that store. I read about that store.
And as we were walking across one of the shops, there was this older, bigger lady outside, and she was just looking at us. And what was it she asked us?
Well, the first time we walked past her, like, I thought she was just like talking to herself, and then like we walked back a few minutes later because we were just like walking around the same area, and she's like, "You guys aren't from around here, are you?" Or something like that.
And then I responded, "Oh, Oklahoma." And what was it she replied?
I don't know. She was
I
just
think
mumbling.
she said, "Oh, makes sense" or something.
But what? We didn't look any different than anyone else. I was bundled up. He had a jacket on. I don't know what made us so. And my hair was covered, so it was not
I
like
think
my
she
pink hair.
was like psychic or something. She was like, "Oh, these people are from far away, from home, Oklahoma."
Oh well. Also, while we were in that downtown area, we went to a candy store because I had been told to get these maple candies that were shaped like leaves, probably. And we did get some, and they were shaped like leaves. And I knew I wasn't going to like them because I don't like maple syrup, like the real maple syrup. And these are like
100% maple syrup.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like the fake maple syrup, I guess. But
I don't think it's fake. I just think it's more commercialized.
then why does it taste so different? Because it's not 100%?
Well, I would think that it would take more money to sell 100% syrup. And it costs more. And so by commercializing it and...
No, I'm asking why does it taste so
different
different? Because it's not 100%?
Yeah.
That's why
And then
tastes
they have
different?
they have to use different preservatives and different sugars.
Yes, but mine does not have any high fructose corn syrup.
No high fructose corn syrup for Colin.
Okay, anyway. that wasn't the point. The point was we got these candies and they were not that great.
No, I like it. Anything, so I was like, oh, it's okay. And then, but everything was so expensive in that store. Oh, I never ate that blueberry.
It's still in your car. So
I
it's probably frozen and like white now.
got a chocolate bar from there. But
Blueberry hazelnut, which are two of his favorite things.
I like blueberries in case you don't remember.
Also, we were talking about maple candy.
Yeah, maple candy.
That made me think of something, and then you started talking about your chocolate bar, and now I forgot.
Let me pull it out of your head. What was it you were thinking?
Oh,
It worked.
I think those maple candies are like an acquired taste, kind of like Horehound, because I really like Horehound candy, but not everyone does, so it's probably just an acquired taste.
Kind of like living in New England's an acquired taste. That takes a lot longer than I'm sure most people spend up here because they leave. But anyways.
Okay, then we stayed at a bed and breakfast.
Which, when I got there, they said, oh, well, we only have 4 guests total, including us staying there. And Colin mentioned previously that there was a room there named the Bennington Room. And so I was like, oh, is that available? And it was $30 more. Bam, we stayed there. And so what was that called? What was it, the first place called?
The 1824 house?
Yes, the 1824 house. So it was very nice. I liked it. Other than how cordial the, whole transaction felt, it didn't feel as homey as the second place we stayed.
Yes, but I had never stayed at a bed and breakfast, so I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah. They had good coffee.
It was just coffee. I mean,
I'm thinking of the
coffee.
second.
Both of them. Like I make better coffee.
Oh, she does though. She does. You should try coffee.
Well, I think I do, but
I
I'm
love
just saying,
it.
like he gets so excited about the coffee. It's like it was just coffee.
Coffee. And so we stayed there, and
Oh wait, I guess. Oh yeah.
What?
I guess you're right, because I said that one place was like the South Dakota coffee.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
But the first morning, what did we have for breakfast? Pancakes.
Fruit and yogurt and granola and pancakes and eggs and sausage.
Which, Colin doesn't usually like eating big breakfasts.
I don't like eating breakfast at breakfast, but I mean, I'll eat
So,
breakfast for dinner.
She felt like she had to. So the second night we stayed at the bed and breakfast, as I said, you don't have to eat the breakfast. And she was much happier.
Yes. I slept through breakfast.
And so, but then we got up and we went to the Capitol to get the tour.
The Vermont capital. We're still in Vermont.
Not currently, but at this point in our story.
Yeah, we're still in Vermont, yes. So, one of the fun facts about Montpelier is that it's a small state capital with only about 8,000 people.
Which is evident as the lack of Starbucks.
Ugh.
Come on, Starbucks. Where you at, bro?
Okay. Was there anything interesting that you learned there that you would like to share?
Oh, I learned that the it burned down, right?
Yes.
So is Vermont in 1852?
I think
1850s.
57 or 9.
Whatever. 1850s is a very young Bernie Sanders was burning wood in the basement, and I must not have started this fire. So he started a fire, and that was long before he's now senator. But
I don't think that's how it happened.
it was definitely him. He's so old, and so they rebuilt it, although they kept much of the exterior and the surrounding yard area and the stairs that led up to it. But it was a nice capital. And then
They had really, really nice chandeliers.
oh yeah, she took a picture of the chandelier, which will probably be overlaid in our conversation. And so then we took the drive from Montpelier to Concord.
Yeah, and we went to their Capitol building first because it said they only was that the one that was open till 4:15 or was that 4:15? The other place was 4 or whatever. They were both around 4 o'clock that they closed.
But they said the last tour was at like 3 something.
Well, no, I didn't know because they said. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
But New Hampshire is a place where they every 4 years of presidential primaries. There, it's the first state that votes in the union, and it's just whenever you walk into their visitor office, on the wall they've got pictures. I think the earliest one I saw was when Reagan ran the first time in the 70s and against Carter. And so maybe I have that wrong. Yeah, no. And I'm sorry, no, scratch that. It was Nixon. That was the earliest I saw there.
Was that one signed?
Yeah.
Oh.
So they have this whole wall of sign, and it's not even glassed off. Like someone can go, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So excuse me. And so obviously all the candidates in recent years, such as Mitt Romney, Barack Obama, President Trump now, Secretary Clinton, should have gone to Wisconsin. And so, yeah, it was pretty neat. And then they walked us around, and
we were the only 2 people on the tour.
We got a VIP experience. But the guy was the one who corrected us. The tour guide was the one who corrected. It's Concord. So we went there, and they took us to the congressional, the house, the state house, where the assembly, where they assemble. And how many did they have?
400.
The largest state house in the United States,
and the oldest, like the largest legislature and the oldest state capital.
Yeah, which it's insanity because they have a rule. It's one person for every 4,000 people. Was it, or 5,000?
I thought it was like 3,500.
Oh, maybe so. 3,500. So it takes a lot. So if there's like a small rural town or whatever of like 5 people, there's a lot of gerrymandering that goes on there. For those who don't know what gerrymandering is it's the moving of maps or drawn maps on the state of where congressional seats are pulled from, as in this place has so many numbers. I'm going to overlay a screen there to explain it. So we went there, and he had a phone call whenever we were in that assembly, and I am a very important person. My wife is a state congressman. Yes, I must take this call.
Congresswoman.
Oh, excuse me. Well, do we want to presume? Anyway, so he picked it. Yes, Reginald. Yes. I have to take this, and it's Concord. Yes, Reginald. And he walked off, and and so the rest of the tour was ours. One thing I thought that was really cool about the New Hampshire state capitals, whenever you walk in, there are 3 walls, obviously, because you're walking in, and on each of the 3 walls, there are glass cases with American flags over our nation's historical wars, Civil War dating to World War II, and there were World War II ones. And then I believe there was a Vietnam War. I'm not 100%, but some of them were so torn up due to bullet holes and battle. It was really cool. It was really neat to like history in the flesh, so to speak.
Was it just that one wall then that was just Civil War flags? Because that's all he had talked to us about.
On the right
So
side
with-
were the Civil War flags. On the left side were World War II, and up front
that's
were.
why I only thought they were Civil War. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's all that he talked about on the tour thing.
Yeah, but it was really neat, and also back to Montpelier, the Vermont state capital, is they had this really creepy just sculpture of Abraham Lincoln's head. Like, okay, what's he have to do with Vermont?
Yeah, I don't think it was creepy, but yeah,
I thought
why
it was
it was
creepy.
there. I thought the flags were creepy. I think it was just creepy to see these flags that still had blood on them and other things. Like, no, that's just like creepy. It's creepier than your Abraham Lincoln head. Sorry.
But there's a story behind that Abraham Lincoln head being there. There has to be a reason. Like, is it haunted? I don't know.
I think it's the same person that made the Ethan Allen thing outside. Maybe the artist just wanted to make something else for them.
Okay, so he went off on like some drug tirade and I'm going to school Abraham Lincoln. He has nothing to do with the state of Vermont.
All right. Okay. So after we toured the New Hampshire state capitol, we saw this very cute dog that was so tiny.
She wants a tiny toy dog.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, that was pretty cool.
So after we went to the
state capitol,
New Hampshire state capitol, we walked around that downtown area as well. At least I think it was their downtown area.
And I guess they were having a Halloween thing, and so there were these small orange signs. I mean, like 8.5 by 11.
I had tried to read them as we were walking by.
But the only thing you could read was that they crossed off the word toad, Towed, with toad, and the dates were too small to make sense of it.
But the time was there, and that's why I asked.
Again, the date and time were too small to make sense of it.
Not really, because I said whenever we started seeing those policemen, I'm like, oh, I bet that's from those signs.
Well, yes, but that was after the fact, and because whenever we visited the state capitol, we were parked right across the street from it, so it wasn't plethora of time. I mean, you would think someone inside the New Hampshire state capitol would have been like, hey guys, if you parked out there, you better leave. But nonetheless, as we got in our car hastily and left because we realized that they were clearing the streets because of some Halloween party. Which, how much of a Halloween party can it be in New Hampshire? I mean, it's cold and miserable.
Yeah, it was pretty cold there too.
Yeah, we wouldn't live either place.
Yeah, but there's lots of reasons for that. Besides the weather. It's too, besides orange leaf in New Hampshire.
Oh yeah, they did have an orange leaf.
Besides having that, I didn't see really anything familiar as far as like places to eat. And then like the places that the bed and breakfast that we stayed at, those were like too isolated. Those weren't actually in the capitals. They were in these other small towns. Mm-hmm. They were like way too isolated. There was nothing around. It was just like, ugh, I could not live there.
I see what people mean in the New England area whenever they say, oh, it's such a long drive. It's like compared to Oklahoma, an hour and a half doesn't seem like much of a drive at all. To where, like 20, 25 minutes to get somewhere to eat. It's like, so arduous.
I know.
But,
it's a big word.
Excuse me. I am the proper guy. So we went to the Capitol, we walked around, moved our car, and then whenever we woke up in the morning...
So we park our car, we get up in the morning? That doesn't make sense.
No, we parked our
car, and then we went to the bed and breakfast.
Uh-huh.
Now we have to tell them about the bed and breakfast.
Okay, alright, tell them about the bed and breakfast.
So when we got there, he goes in, but then he comes back and he's like, they have cats. And I'm like, really? Because the last bed and breakfast we were at, I said, oh, wouldn't it be so cool if they had a cat here? And then I was telling him how much I didn't like being away from home and I missed our cats. And yes, we had only been gone for one day at that point.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I miss the cats. But anyway, they had pets. They had 3 cats and a dog. And guess what? The dog liked me. So that means all you Connecticut dogs are just snobs.
The what was it? One of the cats was, what was it? Blind?
Deaf.
Oh, it was.
And he had heart trouble.
Yeah, but they do have him lined up for a procedure, and so he should be good.
For what? Hearing?
For his heart.
Or his heart. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
But he's such a freaking nice cat. And,
Yes.
yeah, and whenever we got there and we went into the room, 2 cats were waiting for us on the bed. Yes. Yeah, and Cheryl was the innkeeper, if you want, whatever you want to call it. She was the owner of the bed and breakfast, and she's like, "You cats aren't supposed to be in here."
Yeah.
But they knew she was coming.
Yes, and this one cat had great big paws. They were like...
They were enormous paws.
Yes, well, he was a pretty large cat, but...
I had never seen paws that long.
Yeah, me either. I was just so, like, what's the word? Interested by his paws.
Yeah. The cats. It was a nice stay, and she made some apple cinnamon pancakes in the morning, which I enjoyed. Colin didn't eat because she doesn't like breakfast.
I
That's
didn't
okay.
even know what you had until right now.
Surprise! But anyway, so after we got up in the morning,
It was sleeting
and what did we go?
and raining.
Oh, and then we went to Orange Leaf.
But we went to one in Massachusetts because it was on our way.
Yeah.
And we decided to come home
early so we could go to church here.
Yeah.
Instead of crappy New Hampshire. And just to help facilitate, like the entire New England area like has just a altered sense of reality. Is whenever we were driving through New Hampshire, there was a car, and this car, as you can see, has a bunch of bumper stickers. And I just find, their alacrity in presenting their, culture, quote.
You have to tell the story,
quotes,
though.
Is kind of funny because they use a coexist. Oh, not to mention the radical Islamists who, want to kill Jews. Let's scratch that and put them next to each other. But then, let's all coexist. And on the other side of the car, resist!
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president. And Mr. Trump, for the moment, steps to listen for the inaugural address.
What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere.
Yeah, so I'm the one that noticed that.
I didn't even notice it.
We saw the coexisting, and that's what he was talking about, like what he just said, and then I said, oh yeah, they want like all religions to coexist, but they don't want to coexist with people with different political beliefs as them.
Yeah, and like goes back to what I said earlier, as comparing like the division during the Civil War time. The horror of it is it's nothing compared to the small amount of division we have today, because anyone we can have a conversation with, we can agree on 90% of a fundamental moral system. It's just we disagree on fundamental ways of getting to certain things, and nonetheless is we can still agree on 90% of stuff. Is you live your life how you want to be. Whatever you want to be, as long as it doesn't interfere with me, I'm cool. But come on, that's just stupid. Oh, we gotta coexist, but resist!
Yeah.
So, but then, interesting fact, to close this out today, is the My Pillow guy, I don't know. I've just found him, after seeing him for a while, and I think this is his aim, for us to, like him.
I knew you would.
But is apparently he was a crack addict, which is kind of crazy, considering like he got this big business. But interestingly enough, is we were in Mass today, and I get a notification from CNN.
He means mass like church, not mass like Massachusetts.
Oh, sorry. Yes. And so I get this notification, and like why I need to know about this is beyond me, but apparently it's something CNN, the scare quote, my pillow guy, and Trump. And it says Mike Lindell, the mustached, scare quotes, my pillow inventor and infomercial star, has become an enthusiastic midterm messenger for the president. Who the hell cares? Like, okay, cool. He's got his beliefs. Whatever. Like, no wonder Nickelodeon is outdoing you in rating CNN because you can't concentrate on the news. That matters.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, Nick at Night is outperforming CNN in ratings.
Oh, well, that's two different things. Nickelodeon.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's either Nickelodeon or Nick at Night. Oh. One or the other, but they're outperforming CNN. But remember, is the biggest threat to the United States today. You know what? I don't want to say it. Don Lemon, have at it.
I keep trying to point out to people not to demonize any one group or any one ethnicity, but we keep thinking that the biggest terror threat is something else.
A few moments later.
So we have to stop demonizing people and realize the biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized to the right.
Sorry, Colin. I'm a threat to you. But completely ignore, is who I am. I'm white. Doesn't matter that I'm, half, Iranian. I'm white.
Well, I think it could go either way. I think that some people pick whatever part.
Whatever's convenient.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Whatever's convenient to their argument.
Yes.
Yeah, but hey, it's the world we live in today. At least we don't live in a time where slavery's the thing or any other bad thing is really happening today. We live in the best country in the history of the world, so your opportunities only as limited as you allow it to be.
The only thing that would be better would be living in the 24th century on the Enterprise.
Well, I mean, Voyager. Sorry. I'm sorry, but
I'll take the Galaxy class starship any day.
Okay,
over
and I will outrun you every day.
I'm not getting in it to race. I'm going for luxury and comfort.
Well, you chase after me all over the galaxy in Alpha Quadrant, okay? So I'd be outpacing you at work 9.975. And I'd get a cool shuttlecraft with it, the Delta Flyer.
But you would have had to have built that.
No, it would already be a part of it.
You're right.
Okay, and I'd have tri-cobalt devices. I would have what is it? The gel packs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and the holodeck would not freak out like a fistful of Datas.
That wasn't the holodeck's fault. That was Data and Geordi's fault.
It doesn't matter. It seems that a holodeck should have many more safeguards in there.
It did
have
Moriarty.
Yeah, okay. There were no more, yes, Fairhaven went berserk whenever it came to,
But I have the best captain.
What are you talking about? We're the captains. We'd be the captains.
Oh,
Why would we let someone else captain the ship? Limit your holodeck time. Limit your time hanging out with Data.
So that means I'm a better captain than because I got the better ship. I got the flagship.
Hold on. Let's realize something. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but the Enterprise D crashed and burned before Voyager, and.
But we're not specifying on what part of the timeline, and I didn't know we were the captains. I just thought we were picking the ships.
No, we'd be the captains of the ship.
I don't want to be a captain of a ship. I just want to ride along.
Really? What would you do all day? Hang out 10 forward?
No. There are too many people there.
Exactly. So what, you'd be in your quarters?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I don't know.
You'd roll out your piano and go...
I don't know because YouTube isn't around in that time. I couldn't do yoga on YouTube, so I don't know. With my YouTube videos.
Oh, okay.
I
They
don't
have
know.
displays, Colin. Come on.
But my YouTube people would be dead in that time.
Why would they be dead if you brought everything here today?
This is getting too confusing.
So, we will see you next time on the Colin and Miles show.